Hey, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Drew, aka Booty Sweat, and today I just kind of wanted to talk about a little bit about Mortal Kombat Deception and some of the 3D era Mortal Kombats. I heard somebody online, or I saw somebody online posting about how Mortal Kombat should go back to 3D following kind of the success of Tekken and all of that kind of stuff, and just to kind of innovate the series a little bit. I'm not saying that I necessarily agree with that, but you know, I think it is true that probably NRS should innovate a little bit in the next title, and I think they kind of did that with some of the wake-up options and breakaway and stuff like that, but I don't know that going to 3D is the answer. Like a Tekken-style game, I'm sure that would alienate a lot of their current fans who prefer the more 2.5D style, the, you know, side-to-side kind of traditional fighting style. I really like both. I like Tekken and I like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and all that stuff. So if they did come out with a new Mortal Kombat, or if the next Injustice, or their Marvel vs. DC, or you know, whatever people are speculating they're coming out with next, if that's the case, then I wouldn't necessarily hate that if they went to that. You know, I wouldn't necessarily hate it. I would actually be kind of intrigued by it, I think, because you can see kind of the gameplay footage here, but you know, we've been streaming Mortal Kombat Deception as kind of like a throwback nostalgic kind of thing, just to celebrate 2,000 subscribers. And by the way, thank you guys so much for that. 2,000 subscribers is way more than I thought I was gonna have, so you know, we're just getting started, so we're gonna keep on trucking along and really try to make this into something. Of course, I need your help and I need your support for that, and so I definitely appreciate all that. But all that being said, we've just been playing Mortal Kombat Deception, a game that I've been playing since, well, I shouldn't say I've been playing, that I started playing when I was in high school when it came out, and I've always had a soft spot for this game. Deadly Alliance I didn't really get into, and Armageddon I've never even played Armageddon. I heard about Armageddon not having fatalities and instantly was like, I'm not interested. So I never played Armageddon, but Deception definitely was a game that I enjoyed a lot when I was younger, and I've kind of gone back to it, and I think these games kind of get a little bit more of a bad rap than they deserve. I don't think that they're bad. I mean, well, again, Deadly Alliance is kind of bad, and Armageddon I can't speak for because I haven't played it, but I don't hear very good things about it usually. Deception is usually, I think, the most highly regarded of the three, but even poor Deception gets kind of a bad rap, and you hear people talking about all the 3D era characters and this and that, and they're so awful, but Deception actually introduced a few really cool characters, in my opinion. You know, whatever you think about the 3D characters, you think like, I think of like Hotaru and Havoc, and really those two mainly. I think those guys are pretty sick. Cobra and Kira are obviously really lame, like replacements for Sonya and Kano or whoever else. But you know, overall, I think these games get a bad rap. I don't think they're horrible. Now, they have some serious issues. I don't think that they're great games, but Mortal Kombat Deception especially is kind of really, it's kind of turning me on a little bit to the idea of a 3D Mortal Kombat fighting game. Also, I mentioned this in my stream, but I've been playing through the Conquest mode, and the Conquest mode is really fun to go back to. It's almost like revisiting like your favorite B movie from when you were a kid, you know, like a corny, cheesy kung fu action movie that like is low budget and the acting is horrible, but like that's why you enjoy it, right? It's kind of been that way with Deception's Conquest mode, where it's kind of like, okay, the voice acting is horrible, the graphics look crazy dated, the quests are nonsensical, they're so weird. There's like one guy who's like, oh, my tooth hurts, and you can just like punch people out in the game, so you just punch him and then he gives you like 400 coins. Just weird stuff like that. It's campy, it's funny, it's been a lot of fun to play through, but it's made me think, you know, even like a Mortal Kombat action RPG or something like that, I mean, anything could be good. I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen with Mortal Kombat. We don't know if we're going to get MK12 next, or you know, I was thinking about making a separate video talking about all the rumors on who's gonna buy NRS, and you know, because Warner Brothers is looking to offload NetherRealm Studios. I'm not gonna make a video about that because everybody else is already doing it. But I'll just mention it here. I think that's kind of interesting. I think Warner Brothers, WB Games is a horrifically awful publisher, so I actually don't think it would be necessarily a bad thing for NRS to kind of separate from them. Now, what that's going to look like, I don't know, but you know, if we end up getting something a little more, you know, a little more fresh as a result, if we get another 3D fighter, if we get an RPG, if we get like a beat 'em up style game, or even just like a hack and slash style game, you know, whatever. Just going back to Mortal Kombat Deception has just really been kind of a breath of fresh air. Again, it's not the greatest game of all time, and I'm sure there's plenty of people that are going to be in the comments, Mortal Kombat Deception was a joke, how could you say that it's good? There are good things about it. There really are. The fighting style thing is weird. You'll notice here I'm playing as Baraka in the arcade mode. Baraka was never a character that I really cared for before MK11, but now I really like him, so I decided to pick him up in MK Deception, try him out. He's cool, but he has these weird, like, fancy martial arts like the rest of the characters do, like this really overly mo-capped kind of kung fu style, and it's just really not what you would expect from Baraka at this point. He looks more like himself when he has his arm blades form or style or whatever it is equipped. And honestly, he's the most fun in this game when he has that equipped too, so I don't know, but it's just kind of interesting. It's just been a little bit of a breath of fresh air. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Of course, like always, like and subscribe, but even if you don't do that, for real, let me know in the comments, like, what do you think about the idea of them going to like maybe a Tekken style combat system, or not exactly like Tekken, but you know, like the 3D movement. Maybe they could even just go back to the more free version of that movement that was in the 3D era games. Maybe make it more like a Soul Calibur 8-way dash kind of movement system. I don't know. Or would you like to see like an RPG or a hack and slash, you know, action adventure game, or I don't know, a platformer? You tell me. What would you like to see from the Mortal Kombat universe going forward? I think it would be cool to get more games that aren't just fighting games, because I think the appeal of Mortal Kombat goes beyond fighting games, right? It goes beyond, because fighting, that's a pretty niche or niche, however you want to say it, genre of game, right? And it's pretty obvious that fighting games, you know, or Mortal Kombat extends beyond fighting games. You know, it gets movies, and the IP itself is just really beloved by people. And so I think any kind of Mortal Kombat game would probably do pretty well, regardless of the genre. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Like always, I hope you have a good one, and yeah, like and subscribe, and be blessed.